Welcome back, you beautiful people, to another week of our van life reality. And this week we are not in Scotland. We have actually made it south of the border, finally, to England.
If you're new around here, we've been living in our home on wheels for the last 8 months, touring around the incredible highlands and lowlands of Scotland. Since we moved into full-time van life, we have spent 3 months touring the beautiful North Coast 500 and published our first ever printed book on the route. Been rocked around on the Isle of Skye during the onslaught of storms that battered the UK, and also explored the Cairngorms National Park, the region of Moray in Aberdeenshire, and finally the Galloway National Park along the borders of Scotland. Our time in Scotland has been incredible, and we have seen more of our home country in the last year than the other 27 years of our lives. However, the time has come for us to wave goodbye to bonny old Alba and turn our noses south as we head across the border to the stunning landscape of the Lake District. This week we tour our first national park in England, soaking up the quaint towns, exploring the caves, swimming in the lakes, and of course, making a right mess of pretty much everything as usual. What an idiot, man. That is not a good start to our trip. So kick back, relax, and enjoy our tour of the beautiful Lake District. Okay, so I know you're waiting for the Lake District and that's why you tuned in, but I've got something even better and more exciting for you. And that is the toy that we forgot to show you last week. Check this out, it's a spear injection, 20 quid from Home Bargains, and we're going to tackle the condensation with the front of our windscreen. This is very exciting for us, if you can't tell. No more steamy windows.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that! I might open up my own window cleaning company. There we go.
That's amazing.
Highly recommend one of these. Never mind your £200 Dyson ones. 20 quid, Home Bargains. I actually just forgot how beautiful the Lake District can be, and on a day like today it just doesn't get any better. Snow in the mountains, sun in the sky, and I feel like we might actually start to get use out of our National Trust membership. So we're going to go and try and check out a car park, see if we can park up there. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. See that right there? That means VIP, baby. Free parking.
Whoop whoop, finally! We're actually able to make the most of it. Honestly, we've had this membership for nearly a year now and I don't think we've actually been able to really use it yet, so good feeling. So we're at Kettlebells now. We're actually going to be driving down through the Lake District and exploring some of the best sites, which we're really looking forward to, because the last time we were in the Lake District we actually only stopped and explored Ullswater, and there's so much to see here. It's a huge national park, so there's lots for us to get stuck into here. Yeah, it definitely feels good to get out, stretch your legs. I've actually got my hiking boots on, which I never thought I'd be doing before we went to Malta because the weather has just been so miserable. And you know something? He's telling you that because he actually removed all my hiking socks.
I didn't!
You must
That's
have.
a lie, I didn't. It's because she packed about 40 pairs of socks.
None in my cupboard. Just
to go to England for a week. So anyway, what we've got planned is we're going to go a little wander from the car park and we're going to go and explore the nearby waterfalls, which I believe is called something like Lodore Falls. Well, we weren't sure if we're on the right track, but I can definitely hear something in the distance. So it's always a good sign when you're on the hunt for waterfalls. Pretty impressive, eh?
It is. It's a really nice waterfall. I mean, the amount of rain we've had recently, I would hope that it was going to be impressive.
I wasn't quite sure what I was expecting when we came here, but I wasn't quite expecting it to be as big, especially looking on the maps. It's literally beside the town centre of Lodore. So to have this on our back doorstep is really quite something.
But I just love how it's like separated over different levels.
So rather than just one crashing cascade, it's like a little step down. It's really, really pretty.
It's just bizarre how you've got the waterfall there and then a town centre right there.
I was going to say though, like, beautiful views out the windows of that. I don't know whether it's a restaurant, hotel, or maybe even someone's house, but I can see people like sitting as if it's like a cafe or something down the stairs. Really, really nice views.
I've just had an absolute nightmare. I just went to swap the lenses over to get some shots of the waterfall, and I dropped it straight down that bank into the river.
It's down there.
I mean, this is the ones we just got repaired about a month ago. What an idiot, man. That is not a good start to our trip. Not a good start at all.
Gemma, just be careful, babe.
The next 30 minutes consisted of us scrambling around in sometimes waist-deep, freezing cold water, trying to locate our camera lens. Despite how difficult it was to feel the bottom of the river, Gemma refused to give up, and not being one to turn down a cold water dip, she jumped at the opportunity to get her kit off for a swim. However, trying to find the tiny lens beneath the raging torrent of the recent rainfall seemed like an impossible task, until...
Oh, you're a legend! Go and get dressed! Go and get dressed! What an absolute nutter. I went into my knees in there. Oh, I just love her so much. She is an absolute legend. Are you cold?
Alright, actually my feet are cold and I realised that I forgot to take my pants off before putting my jeans on. I don't know what would be more uncomfortable, to be honest, but yeah, I'm a little bit soaking, to be honest, so...
Yeah, we're both absolutely minging.
And...
It was the one day we decided to both wear white jumpers and white jackets.
Why?
What an idiot, man. Should we go and put this lens on rice then?
Oh yes, I think we'll be burying it in rice.
I think we need a big old bag of rice. Alright, it's worth a shot, I guess.
So much water in there. You see that? I wonder if we just do it like one side down and then the other side down, do you think?
I would say just put it in and bury it. Might be best actually just putting it in that jar. Hey Siri, set a timer for 24 hours. Let's see how this goes.
And well, I am just yet again so grateful and thankful for our cosy home on wheels. Just being able to come back, get changed into my pyjamas and get warm again. Just honestly, it'll never get old. But now I think the sun is kind of setting behind the hills. We kind of forgot it was going to set behind the hills earlier than actual sunset time, so we're just going to head down to Ambleside and find somewhere to dump our toilets. We've seen on Park for Night that there is somewhere down there, so keeping our fingers crossed that it's open, and we'll see you down there.
It was far from the perfect start to our Lake District road trip that we had wished for. However, as we made our way along the tranquil lakes between the rolling hills, the beauty of this incredible part of England cheered us up and got us excited for the next adventure. Once we could find a place to dump the toilet, of course. Alright, so apparently it is up here, and I hope that it's not just Park for Night taking me to a dead end again. Very much looks like that.
Oh, this is like an issue that we are having with Park for Night recently. It seems to be like glitching, so
Yeah,
when you
it's not
click
that
on
way.
Google Maps it seems to like almost like glitch it and it changes the location. And last night when we were just trying to get to bed, oh, it was a nightmare. It was like taking us to the wrong places, and eventually we put it on Apple Maps and it was fine. Yeah, it's really, really annoying. It's happened to us a few times. We've been driving around in circles trying to find the right place and it's not taking us there. Got it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right, I'm going to need to roll her down the hill. Alright, so it must be in beside the recycling centre.
Here we go. Surely in here, maybe? Parking. Do you want to just look on the app and see if anyone's commented and said where it is? Why is this so difficult? See when people say that things, when you live in a van, take 10 times as long?
Yes, there it is. Nowhere near, it said on the map.
So now, where's the CDP?
Oh, who knows, but there's a lot of motorhomes here, so this definitely
Yeah,
looks
it
more
does.
like our kettle of fish.
Oh, that looks like it over there.
Yeah. Yes. So as well as the actual toilet disposal, this place offers nightly stays
For £20 a night. Quite a popular wee spot, it seems.
a little bit pricey if you ask me. £20 a night, I would at least be expecting electricity or a shower block, because that's kind of like campsite prices. But Ambleside sounds like and looks like quite a cute little spot, so it's right beside the town centre. And if you don't mind paying that kind of price, I would probably recommend this place, because I imagine it wouldn't be too busy on the off season.
Oh, well, it seems like we are back on the last minute emergency dinners, but I think today has just been a day. What a day. I'm so hungry. It's just gone 6 o'clock. Our YouTube video has just gone live on our Q&A, and need some food. You've possibly heard us talk about these before, but the other day when we were in Asda we got discount bake fish, which honestly, if you're veggie or vegan and still enjoy fish but don't eat it, these are amazing alternatives. They're so good, so we're going to use them up and have some chips with them as well, and I can't wait. Thank goodness for easy dinners. I know that we keep these things in the freezer for a reason. Well,
what a day, what a day. I think this is just one of those days where we just need to be grateful for what we've actually got, and that is, I guess, our health. Like, it could have got a lot worse today, just going to get that river, and being very grateful for one of us not being a big wuss and actually braving the cold water. Very grateful.
Worth
and we're going to enjoy our dinner. Hopefully some more planned and less tragic adventures tomorrow, so we'll see you guys for that. Well, it's looking like a much better day today, so we've come back into the small town of Ambleside and we're going to go for a little wander. First things first, however, we need to sort out a parking ticket, because in the Lake District it doesn't actually seem like there's such a thing as free parking, and after our incident in Skye, we don't really fancy another parking ticket. So we've got 2 hours, £3.20. This better be a cute little village. Rip-off parking aside, the town of Ambleside was beautiful, filled with quaint buildings and tranquil streams, taking us on a trip through time with the old-style cottages and slate buildings that lined the cobble streets.
Ambleside is actually such a cute little town. It's so quaint and all the buildings are like made from stone. It's really, really pretty. Kind of reminds us a little bit of Pitlochry in Scotland, maybe on a larger scale, but I really, really like it here.
To make the most of our visit to Ambleside, we stopped off at the highly recommended Apple Pie Bakery and treated ourselves to something that no trip to England is complete without: an afternoon tea of scone, cream and jam. Right, is it jam then cream or cream then jam? Cream then jam. Right, we're doing cream then jam.
There's lots of really cute lakes around here, but with the amount of rain we've had recently, the water is just rising so rapidly. One of the roads we actually just drove along, the water was rising so quick that with only about 1 foot more and it would be flowing across the road.
I just hope that heading down south through the Lake District there aren't more roads like that, because the next couple of days it's forecast for even more rain, and if we find another one like that we might be doing our wild swim a little bit sooner than we actually expected to. Well, I mean, that's where we're meant to be going.
I didn't bring wellies, did you?
No, I didn't bring wellies either.
I've just dried my boots out after getting in that river. I think a lot of our walk will be done through the mud, don't you?
I think so. With all this excess water though, it does bring into question what is the main goal for today.
Not to fall over with my white jacket on.
That as well, and also not to go frisbeeing any lenses into any puddles. So, 2 things to be very conscious of.
You know, the funny thing was is that we said, right, we'll pay for 3 hours parking and then we'll just do everything really, really quickly so that we don't need to pay for any more parking. This is going to take us 10 times longer than we thought, because already we're just taking massive detours around the bloody muddy bits.
I'm going to land there.
Don't fall, don't fall.
Don't shout don't fall at me when I'm in midair.
Well done.
So we're parked up just back at Grasmere again, which was where we actually camped last night. There was this really nice little cute street parking area, and it's just a 25-minute walk from there out to a place called the Rydal or the Rydal Caves, which is apparently supposed to be this huge cave system, and it looks very impressive online, so I'm very excited to go and see what it looks like. The cave itself was immensely impressive, consisting of a huge single cavern about 20 feet in height and at least 50 feet deep. It was so big actually that the sheer size and shape of it seemed almost out of place high up on the side of the Lake District countryside, which, as we later found out, can be explained by the fact that it was indeed a man-made quarry for slate that was used on the local villages as roofing centuries ago. Absolutely fascinating.
Well, that was very impressive. I wasn't expecting to be walking through stepping stones into the cave over the water. I think that it must be flooded normally because otherwise those stepping stones wouldn't be there, but it's very, very impressive, very deep cave, and yeah, I definitely recommend. It's not that far a walk, so worth going to if you're here.
I think we've probably just picked the worst time of year to actually come here because we just found out it's literally just termed the midterms in England.
Yeah.
So the Lake District is heaving with people.
And
So I
it's
think,
lunchtime.
and it's lunchtime
Like,
as well.
stop off.
So I reckon it probably would be a bit quieter if you come during the week or on the off season, but it's definitely a really impressive site to get to. As usual though, we're on our way back to the car and we're running late. And I don't want to get another parking fine, so we need to try and get that back there in about 10 minutes. And we've still got that bog to tackle as well. The thing is, this car park is like one of those automatic number plate recognition ones. So if we don't get out of there exactly 3 hours after we get in, we're gonna get fined. Such a nightmare, man. Come on, babe, run! You need to run! It's a good way to get my boots a nice clean though before I get back in the van. Come on. The other problem is my phone's died and I need to use that in order to actually take off the immobilizer. So I'm probably gonna need to wait another 5 minutes before that actually charges up. Oh, come on. Come on. Yes! Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, and all of that on an empty stomach. Let's go and try and find somewhere so we can park up for some lunch. Preferably somewhere free because I am sick of paying for parking.
So we've just parked up at Wray Castle, which actually looks like a really, really impressive site. And it's a National Trust site, which means VIP. We can actually use our National Trust membership again, which is always really good. But yeah, I am absolutely starving. I was so hungry before we even went on that walk. But I was like pressurised by the fact that this car park that we were in had cameras and was like, you must pay £2 per hour and pay as soon as you get in the car park and go do your thing and come back. So I was like really pressurised, forgot to take something to eat, and now 3-4 hours later I'm still really hungry, so I think it's time to make some food.
Yep, lunch first, and then here's just a little sneak peek of what the castle looks like. We're going to explore that afterwards. Very fancy! While we wait for the cooking, however, I need to get on with the weekly task of trying to phone around and harass everyone to find gas, because we're onto our last bottle now and it's been running for about 3 days, so chances are we're probably going to run out in the next couple of days, because that's what we do in winter. Hi there, good afternoon. I was just wondering if you had any 6 kilogram bottles of propane gas in stock.
We haven't got any 6 now, I'm sorry.
That's alright, thanks anyway.
Hello, London Garage.
Hi there, good afternoon. I was wondering if you had any 6 kilogram bottles of propane gas in stock.
No, we haven't. Sorry, love.
That's alright, thanks anyway. They're all very friendly at least. Hi there, good afternoon. I was just wondering if you had any 6 kilogram bottles of propane gas in stock. Oh, yeah. It's a nightmare. Don't know what we're gonna do. Alright, so about 45 minutes later, I've just found one. Manchester, basically. That's the closest thing. We are heading south anyway, so we're thinking as far south as possible, and Manchester is the closest store that I could find that's to the south of the Lake District. I think this might be the last day in the Lake District for us, babe.
Yeah, I think it's going to need to be. We can't really risk running out, but I think we just need to get saving our pennies now for at least 1 refillable gas bottle. We're reluctant to get 2 in case we can't find any LPG, so I think maybe 1 refillable and 1 like Caller gas bottle might be the way forward for us.
Before we do say goodbye to the Lake District, however, we've still got a few sites we want to see because it's shaping up to be an absolutely gorgeous night. It honestly just looks like something straight out of the Shrek movies where Lord Farquaad gets married to Fiona. Just the huge big windows and the big crosses, it looks like something out of a fairy tale.
So this castle dates back to 1806 and it's where Prince Edward used to live. Kidding, I have absolutely no idea.
You had me fooled there. You had me fooled.
I have no idea. I've not even done any research into it. I was just so hungry for my lunch and I was like, where's free to park? National Trust. We came here, unfortunately by the time we had lunch it was 4 o'clock and this place shut at 4 o'clock, so we can't actually go inside, which is disappointing. I would like to come back because it is a huge, really grand, beautiful castle. Like, I'm impressed. I did not know it was here until today, so definitely would like to come back one day. But if you're in the Lake District and you're a National Trust member, or even if you're not, but if you're a National Trust member, make the most of your membership and come here. It's really, really beautiful.
We are going to try our luck and make the most of our membership by using the very royal free toilets, if they are still open. There's a chance, sir.
I tell you, if we run out of gas tonight, I'll be sleeping in those toilets They had the heating on, toasty warm hand dryers.
Stealth camp in the Wray Castle ladies' toilets. Count me in. That sounds really weird, I take that back. And all of a sudden, that is looking very, very frosty.
And very sore because we didn't bring our water shoes.
All I'm going to be thinking during this is I just need to channel my inner Gemma, because, or we just need to picture that we've dropped a lens in there again, and then we'll be in there in no time. So what's really funny is we picked this location because it looked as if it had a nice jetty going out across the water, and we're thinking we could always jump in off that if we fancied it. That is the jetty. Completely submerged. That's just how much rain this place has been experiencing lately. It is completely flooded. That is ice. Ice. Oh, it's past the point of no return now. Oh my god.
Lots of breathing.
3, 2, 1. You absolutely smashed that. Well done. I had to get out there. I could just feel like every muscle in my body seizing, and even my teeth, I could feel like my teeth. There's another group of people over there, and I'll be very interested to see how much better they are at it than me, because I am useless. Well, that was very enjoyable for possibly one of our last cold water swims for a good little while. The next place we're swimming, I'm hoping it's going to be a lot warmer.
I'm hoping at least a little bit. And as you might be able to tell, we have got new gear for our outdoor swims, which we were so buzzing about. These actually feel like a game changer. They're from a brand called Seashell, and Campbell's friend from uni actually kindly sent them to us. They are her brand. They are kind of just like
dry robes.
Yep, high brand, expensive dry robes.
But it's shaping up to be a beautiful night. I think maybe we'll hang around, catch the last bit of the light, and then we need to drive on somewhere and find somewhere to park up, because it was £10 to spend the night at this location, and we don't really want to spend it here, so we just need to find somewhere else. So we've literally gone about 20 minutes down the road. We're just between kind of Windermere and Keswick? Kendal. And yeah, I'm leaving the engine running for maybe another 10 minutes just to heat the place up, because that's our diesel heater for just now. Well, I just wanted to share with you the van life reality.
The mess.
I know.
Look at the dishes and the bin. It's all, oh.
What a nightmare.
I know.
Very cozy.
Oh, what is it with us and the easy dinners these days? Katsu curry. What are we putting in it?
Well, we've got, again, we're trying to empty the fridge for our holiday bobs on a week on Thursday. So I'm just going to use some leftover. We've got pepper, tofu, and a wee stick of broccoli. That was brandishing at you in the other video.
Alright, so it turns out we haven't actually ever bought this before, and we really wanted katsu curry, and it turns out it's more complicated than it being an easy, quick meal.
I know.
We need to actually read the instructions.
I've got batter, breadcrumbs, sauce, and apparently I need to mix all together. I just want to chuck it in and eat
it. I know.
And also, it says served with steamed rice. You know where our steamed rice is? It's currently full of river water from where we were the other day.
What's this? Didn't think this through.
I did actually proper fall in love with like crispy tofu since the last recipe we did, which was the vegetable like noodles, and I was saying I'll probably just deep fry the tofu anyway, and this one came with the breadcrumbs. It just looks amazing. And as you can see, we're both still wearing our beanie caps because we're trying to save on gas so we can heat the van up tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a cold dinner, an early bed, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning everyone. As you can probably hear, it's a miserable day. That sunshine we experienced yesterday is long gone. The weather report's saying that it's a Beautiful blue skies, which probably means London's getting nice weather. The Lake District, not so much. Let's get that window open and show you guys the view. This is a little spot we opted for. Oh, can't even see because of the rain. It's not a bad little view, really quiet, just off the side of the motorway that leads down through the Lake District, and yeah, we had a really peaceful night's sleep until about 5 AM when the rain came in. So the plans for today, I think it's a very suitable day to be leaving the Lake District just because it's so miserable, and we've got about a 4-hour drive down south towards Bristol, where we need to get to for next weekend in order to meet up with our friends. First, however, we need to hope that that place that we found yesterday in Elddis, just outside of Manchester, still has gas bottles, because I feel like the 2 that we've got now are pretty much empty. So if we don't get any today, we're going to be completely without gas. Looking very fashionable, baby.
Oh, thanks. That's because you left all my leggings at home, so don't have a choice.
Okay, so we're about 2 hours south of the Lake District, and we've just arrived at the closest place that I could find to the actual lakes that sells gas and has it in stock. It's in the middle of a place called Elddis, just outside of Wigan, and I'm not surprised that they haven't sold anything like that because we're basically parked on the high street. I'm not sure if that bus was just tooting at us because I'm parked on the high street. Yeah.
Major shadows across your face because look at that sunshine.
I know, just typical day. Perfect day to be doing van chores, I tell you.
I know.
Well, he absolutely bent me over a barrel right there. You know how much that just cost? He knew that we were that desperate for it. £38 for one.
Yeah, so if you don't know the price of gas bottles, normally we can get them for about £24–25. Wow. I thought that they might put the price up when they were short, but I did not think it would be that much. I don't think we'll be using our heating again anytime soon. That's extortionate. And as always, we have really enjoyed our time in the Lake District. Unfortunately, it was forecast for like a lot of rain today. We have driven further south now and the sun's out, so whether that's just because we've driven further south or whether it is the sun is actually shining up in the Lake District, I don't know. But one thing that we did realise when we were in the Lake District is you will need to pay for parking everywhere. And driving a motorhome around in the Lake District, I'll admit it's not the easiest, like trying to park up, but having a National Trust membership really helps. I mean, this is not sponsored by the National Trust, but we could park up in the car parks for the National Trust. There was space, it was free for us, it was just so worth it to actually have that membership for our time in the Lake District.
Oh, so after about
All day.
Yeah, all day driving, like literally all day. We had to go and get water somewhere, pulled in somewhere, looking on Park for Night. Brilliant, water tap, got there, barriers closed. Luckily, could pull over at the side of the road, jump out and get the water. And then we've driven for another 45 minutes down to another place that looked perfect for an overnight spot. Got there, barriers closed. This is just becoming a recurring theme, it seems, in England. It's just so... We always read that like van life's kind of difficult, and spending our entire time in Scotland, it's just like, as soon as we've come south of the border, it's just so difficult. I can really sympathise for anyone that's struggling to trying to van life down here, because it seems impossible, man.
I think it's also because there's not as much like free countryside land in England. Like there's just towns and towns and towns, like, oh, I'm there. Yeah, there's just like so many towns where there's not as much kind of like free places to like camp up. Back to the drawing board, back to Park for Night. I don't know what we're gonna do either.
We're thinking for the plan, our friend lives down in Bristol, and she has assured us that it is so easy for people. Basically everyone lives in vans in Bristol, and it's just a van life haven.
Well, yeah, no, there's a good area that we can park up, so we are thinking we might be as well. We're only about an hour and 10 minutes away from Bristol, and I'm actually looking around Bristol now on Park for Night, and there's so much more around there than there even is anywhere around where we are, so we might just be as well to do that, and then we can just have 2 full work days. Yeah,
that's the plan. Get down there, got videos to edit, lots of work to do, but yeah, I reckon we're just going to sign this video off here and catch us next week if you want to see what we get up to in Bristol. We're planning maybe another little stealth camp. I know that might trigger a few people who apparently say motorhomes can't stealth camp, but
We like
I
to
beg
try.
to differ. You know, we do it quietly. That's how you do it. That's how you do it still, Camp. But yeah, if you want to see that, guys, make sure you tune in next week. And if you did enjoy this video, give a big thumbs up. Just lets us know that we're doing the right thing and you want to see more videos just like this one. And if you're new around here, hit a subscribe button because we are always love meeting new people. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.
And we will see you again in the next one.